All right, I see it here. Yeah, when you defeat a monster, you get the experience point reward, and you get to choose one of the treasures. And I think on one of those enemies, I took maybe too much. I think I took a soul gem and one of the treasure cards. I would get the experience, but as a solo player, I still don't get to collect all the loot. I get to choose one reward. So that was a mistake. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you to my viewers for pointing that out. I need to put this soul gem back, and I need to make a choice here. I used my racial ability to draw 2 treasure cards, and which way am I going to go? It would probably be the better choice to go with the ebony armor with the race that I've chosen. He really likes block with a shield, gets a bonus for carrying the shield around. And if I take a spell, that's going to make me put my shield away and fill that hand with this spell instead. And I'm going to lose my racial bonus and lose my ability to block just to try to maintain sneak. And I'm really enjoying sneaking around. That would probably be the better choice, but I'm wondering if this might be more fun to play around with. So why don't I, just for the experience of learning the game and not having anything magical selected here, why don't I choose telekinesis? And I'll put the heavy armor back into the treasure deck. So for my reward, I'll take telekinesis. I guess for the moment, I'll have to put that essentially in the backpack and maybe switch it around. I could probably do that now since combat is finished and I'm leaving the dungeon. Why don't we put our shield, maybe sling that over our shoulder, and we'll keep our leather armor and the telekinesis spell and the iron sword for now. So maybe just min-maxing and making the most efficient character possible, this probably would have been better, but let's just have some fun with telekinesis. So a big thank you to everybody that's helping me along learn this game and play it better. I'm off to a very enjoyable start, having a good time learning this one. And a big thank you to my patrons who are helping support the channel and also helping our little dojo over here in Japan. If getting to know me a little bit better and finding out about, running a martial arts dojo here in Japan for over 15 years, if you're interested in that kind of thing, check out our Patreon. There might be some interesting stuff over there. So, continuing this turn, I need to start with an event card. And let's bring one out. Conspiracy. There are forces working against you. Place a threat token on each quest. Uh-oh. And then I believe we remove this card from the game. Well, that's not good. If I pull out here, we've got our main quest that we don't want to fail, and it's got 1 threat on it, so I'm going to have to add an additional threat, giving it 2 threat tokens out of 4. I don't know if there's a way for me to remove threat from that main quest. So I didn't realize, as a new player to this game, that there were cards that just, demand that you put threat on everything. So I'll have to watch out for that. So I guess now we go into movement. Well, I guess really we may want to keep making our way up to Dawnstar. That's where our main quest is taking us, but remember that quest card. I'm going to take off the threat for a minute. It's recommending that we be level 1, and we've got 4 experience. So we're kind of 3 points shy of leveling up and being level 1. So do we rush in and try to take this on, maybe a difficult encounter? Or do we try to go and explore a little more and try to level up and then go? Well, I don't know what I'm getting myself into, so I may move over here and go to the Winter Hold and explore this cave. And let's take a look here and see. We're still chapter 1. We're going to be fighting 2 beasts again, very similar to what we faced before. All right, so I've put these cards in the correct orders. We fought a couple of beasts before. I took the top card of the dungeon deck and shuffled it in with the creatures that I fought. So I may have something coming out that I didn't need to face before. We're going to be facing 2 monsters, animals here as we explore this cave. So another thing that was pointed out, that a mistake I was making with sneak. Let's go ahead and continue to the encounter, and then I'll talk about it. The first creature we encounter is yet another skeever. These big nasty rats. So we can sneak up on it. We're enjoying doing that. And we don't need to roll an attack roll if we successfully sneak. That's my old Dungeons and Dragons reflex taking over there. We don't need to do that. If we successfully sneak, it means that we did essentially get a free hit, and all we need to do is pay the stamina and do the damage. So again, thank you to the viewers for helping me with get that straight. So we're going to try to sneak now. We have 3 dice, and then we're going to be adding for our leather armor a 4th die. Let's see how this goes. We needed 1 success, and we have 1. So we don't need to make an attack roll. We just choose which attack we want to use. And the skeever has 3 points of light armor. So maybe hitting it for the heavy attack might be the better way to go. So let's spend a point of stamina, and we're going to go with an automatic hit of heavy damage, doing 2 points of damage to the skeever, dropping him down to 1 point left. Now we go into regular combat. Let's roll the die for the enemy first. And we get a blank. So we're safe to go ahead and press the offense. We're going to take our 3 dice, and right now I would say let's just go for the light attack, because we're going to do a minimum of 1 point of damage, even though it's got a light armor of 1 point. So we're always going to do at least 1 point of damage. The swing is easier to connect with, and that's 2 successes. So we successfully strike, and we take out the skeever, and we get us another experience point. All right, that gives us 5 experience points. Let's continue here. Let's heal up, or just recover, catch our breath. And no, we didn't fight this guy before. This is a bear. He's 0. He's not supposed to be that tough, but he looks a lot tougher than anything I've fought before. 4 light armor, so a bit beefier. And we're going to have to try to sneak, but he's a lot harder to sneak up on. 3 dice plus our extra for leather armor. And let's see what we can do. Oh no, that is a failure. We needed 3 regular successes and we didn't get any. Ebony armor, where are you? Okay, so we failed that. So now what happens? So something I haven't done yet, you are allowed to push your luck or push the roll if you want to spend an additional point of stamina and roll a die again, or roll an extra die. According to this little mark here on my character card, I can push 2 times. And if I level up my stats high enough, I can push an additional time for a total of 3. And then maybe up here, maybe a total of 4. But that still wouldn't be enough. Even if I pushed and got 2 successes, I would still need 3 to sneak up on that bear. So this is a failure. It's time to, I think, go to the enemy action now. As far as I can tell, I think we just fall into the regular rhythm of the combat now. So let's roll for the bear and see what he gets. We're starting the regular round of combat since we didn't sneak. And fortunately, he got a blank. That's good for us. So let's go ahead and press the attack with our iron sword. He's got 4 points of light armor, so I think we want to go with the heavy attack on the bear and try to get 2 points of heavy damage in there. So we're going to need one of the triangles here, and we got one. So we successfully attack the bear and hit him for 2 points of heavy damage, taking him halfway down. And then he fails to attack us. So let's go to the next round. Oh, by the way, I needed to pay a point of stamina to make that attack. We now rolled crossed swords, which is trample. And we have to make a decision here. Let's take a look at trample. 2 points of light damage. We've got our leather armor, which can absorb 3 points of light damage. So really, we would just suffer 1 point of stamina damage if we let that go through. So let's go ahead and let that go through. We'll take a point of stamina damage. And then we're going to resolve our attack. 3 dice. Let's go for the big attack again, the slash. And no triangles, rats. Let's spend a point of stamina, and let's try to push this roll. Haven't done this yet in the game. We'll roll an extra die. Got another one of these regular successes, not what I need. I'm getting low on stamina. Let's push it again, because if I can get this, I can end the fight. And there it is. We have the triangle. So we successfully face off against the bear, and we survive his trample. And as he's kind of coming on top of us, we drive up our sword right between his paws and hit him in the heart. And we've killed the bear, taking down his last 2 points, right? 1, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, he's gone down to 0. So we've killed the bear. And here we get to choose a reward. So we don't get both. We get one of these. So let's go ahead and take our experience point. That takes us to 6. Still not enough to level us up. 6 experience points. And I'm going to say let's go for the basic treasure. And we're going to use our ability here to pay a point of health and draw 2 cards. Okay, This will be the first one. And this will be the second one. So we're going to have to choose between these two. What did we find? A silver jeweled necklace. We're really looking at cash for that. Ooh, Jester's gloves. Sneaky, sneaky. I think I'm going to go with these. That would be equipped over here with our necklace and our potion. I think we can carry a few things over here. So we're going to add those gloves. That's going to give us 2 extra dice when we sneak. How about that? Very good. Right, so we're still not high enough to eliminate level 0s. So we're going to take the next card. I'm pretty sure this must be the whatchamacallit. What did we find? The mud crab. And we'll just shuffle these up and put these back on the deck. So as we end that turn, in that combat, finish that dungeon, we will recover a point of health. And, you know, I think we get to draw. I mean, before I heal myself up, I think we get to draw another treasure card for completing that dungeon. Isn't that right? So we drew one for the bear, but I think we get to draw one for completing the dungeon as well. Let me know if I am wrong about this, but I think we get to go through this process one more time. I'm going to shuffle these B treasure cards, and I took 1 point of health to draw 2. I'll take another one, and I'll draw another 2 as a reward for just completing the dungeon. And we got a reward from the bear, so this is for finishing the dungeon. Steel dagger. Interesting. Sneak 1 and damage times 2. Damage times 2. I'm going to have to look this up. But is that saying if you strike? Oh, if you sneak with it and then you hit with the dagger, it's going to do double damage. Wow. And it does give you sneak 1. That's going to give us 3 extra sneak dice. Wow, I guess I'm good. Glad I didn't choose the ebony armor now. But then this is a pretty good looking ring here for 8 coins. But that dagger, I wonder if we ought to go this way. Kind of enjoying the sneak theme. Why don't we put away our sword, put it in our backpack, and let's pull out the dagger. And look at that. We're looking pretty spiffy in our leather armor, our telekinesis spell, and our steel dagger. Totally not how I imagine this turning out for the Imperial, but I think I'm liking this. So we can spend a point of stamina later and switch weapons around if we need to, but let's recover, and we'll leave the dungeon and continue on with our quest. So as we finish up, I'll take this first player marker, put it on the event deck so I won't draw another card next turn. And I think that's where I will finish today. It's another snowy day here in Japan. It's supposed to be snowing all week. So I don't know what we're headed for, but anyway, we've got some more Skyrim coming. As usual, please let me know if you've spotted any mistakes. I'll give this a little while before I post the next round so that if I need to correct something, I can. Thanks, everybody. I'll catch you later.